Oh, forgot the light. All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Faux Friday. It is Thursday, April 8th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, if you are new to the Raymond Report, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner. Or if you're listening on a mobile device, just hit the subscribe button below your video. All right, folks, how you doing? Ramblers and gamblers out there in the bullpen. There's Rui Pedro Nagaria. How you doing, Rui? There's Mark Nations. How you doing? Hopefully you guys had yourself a good night last night. Not a bad night here at the Raymond Report. In fact, we limited some of our selections this week, right? And Pacers, nice win there, Mark. That was a nice win on you at the Streakcatcher. Also had the New York Knicks +3. We got lucky there. We got lucky at the end. They fired a few threes there. We got that. We got the Edmonton Oilers, Minnesota Twins. And so it was a pretty good day overall yesterday with the Raymond Report. Hopefully you guys had yourselves a good day. And yeah, so what we're going to talk about today, a bit of risk management. I'm going to give one of my betting tips that, you know, when we do the market conditions, the Bears and the Bulls. I'm going to show you guys some, you know, show you. I'm just going to explain to you some of my risk management tips on when I do my selections and, you know, process of elimination on how to lower your risk in sports betting. And hopefully I can show you something that could lead you to more financial gains in your sports betting adventures. All right, there's Eddie. How you doing, Eddie? The GM. Hey, Eddie. Hey. Hopefully everything got worked out yesterday. We missed that one pick, though, Eddie. We got the other four, though. Hopefully you had a good day. There's G&G, Ramblers and Gamblers. I took a little shot at him today on the bullpen video. If you go check that out today, G&G, I gave you one in the ribs there this morning. We're looking at your record yesterday in Major League Baseball. Hey, let them know you're there type thing. But, yeah, so pretty good day last night. Hopefully you guys had a good one and some good games going around. And, man, we got a full slate again of NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball. We're going to kick it off also with some horse racing. Hopefully you guys horse racing fans. And there's Lee Lewis, Vegas night. And great job on the Twins yesterday. Bullpen closers, thanks. Hey, ABC, always be closing, right? Coffees for closers. You ever see that movie? Was it Wall Street or something like that? When he knocks the cup of coffee out of the guy's hand and he says, coffees for closers. Hey, that's the same thing here at the bullpen, right? Coffees for closers. All right, there's Plant-Based Junkie. So what we're going to look here today, guys, I got a couple more systems for you here. I think I got one in the NBA and I got two in, actually I got two in the NBA, but it's the same game. And then I got two systems for you in Major League Baseball. All right, without further ado, let's get to the work at hand here, and let's take a look at the schedule. I haven't updated the schedule in a couple days, so I'm just going to keep the same one. But let's go to horse racing. Let's go to the tip of the day. And let's go to, I think it's Keeneland. Yeah, we're going to go Keeneland in Kentucky. Or you think it's in Kentucky, Keeneland. And we're going to go to the first race today at Keeneland Park. I think it's Keeneland Park or Keeneland Racetrack. $28,000 claiming race. 105 post time, 6.5 furlongs on the dirt. We're going to go 6, 1, 1A, and 1. So 6, 1, and 1A in race number 1 today at Keeneland. Stylish Rags, Irad Ortiz Jr. So Irad normally races at Gulfstream, so he worked his way down to Keeneland for the summer. And 1A Eagle Eye, Joel Rosario taking the ride here on the 1A Eagle Eye, a 3-1 morning line. Actually, they're all 3-1 morning line. And Artie's Rose, Tyler Gaffalione. Man, all the great drivers are at Keeneland right now. And Artie's Rose is a 3-1 morning line here today at Keeneland in race number 1. 105 post time. And again, 6.5 furlongs on the dirt. And your long shot in race number 1 today at Keeneland is the 4-horse Red Pepper Grill. Hernandez taking a ride on the 4-horse. Now, if you're going to bet these horses today, I'm going to recommend 6-1A. Or actually, you know what? When you go to the teller or if you do the ticket, it'll 6-1. It'll cover both horses. So 6-1, 1-1. I don't know if you can do a 1-1, but a 1-4. And don't forget to box it. And then don't forget trifecta. We're going to go 6-1 1A1, and then 4 1A1 as a trifecta box. And if you're going to play the Joker's Wall today, I recommend you play the number 4 horse to win into place. I call that double dutching. The number 4, Red Pepper Grill, bet him to win into place. So this way, if he comes in second, you get some of that money back. All right. Lee Lewis took Utah yesterday. Hey, guys, what's up? Says John X. There's Johnny sneaking in through the side door. Morning, the sniper says to Johnny. A little play-by-play here in the bullpen. And let me see here. What else we got going? Great night with Phoenix Suns. Yeah, Phoenix was that was a good win. There's Miss Danica. Yesterday was terrible. Oh, no, that's not good. Hey, that's not good for Miss Danica. She had a terrible night. Hopefully we can fix that today. I will check it out later. I do that bad? No, you didn't do that bad. In fact, let's go to the bullpen. Bullpenpicks.com. So if you are new to the Raymond Report, we got a couple of sites where we post our picks. I post my picks here each and every day at bullpenpicks.com and Hockey Picks. And if you go to the most followed, you can see who to follow right now. But after the next couple of days, we're going to have over 100 plays in the system. So the top scorers ranking will be generated, and you'll be able to see the standings. And here you can see the people, how the players, how they did yesterday. And I took a little shot at G&G there this morning doing my video. He went 4-10. So, hey, you know what? Today's Bounce Back Thursday, right? Bounce Back Thursday for G&G. And let's hopefully we can all have a good winning day. And hockeypicks.com, you know, weird night yesterday. Looking at the games yesterday, only 2 people made the honor roll. Only 2 people went a perfect 5-0 out of 100 and some picks. I really thought last night we were going to have more people winning the mini Stanley Cup, but, you know, we had some upsets, right? And let me see here. Looking at last night's scores in the National Hockey League, and we'll just go to the odds, and we'll look at some of the games. And we'll just go to the schedule, and we'll bring up the 7th. Edmonton Oilers. Oh, what a goal McDavid scored in the third period, right? 4-2 win. And how would you like to have the Ottawa Senators on the puck line, and then Edmonton scores with like 0.2 seconds left? That's a good way to crush your puck line ticket. Toronto 3-2. Good game. Montreal just didn't show up for the third period. St. Louis finally got the win. That killed a few tickets there on the and look at it, Minnesota 8-1. Isaiah must be smiling like a butcher's dog this morning. He's probably still partying right now after that 8-3 win. And the Kings finally got the win against Phoenix or Arizona after losing 5-2 the night before, right? All right. So let's take a look at the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and let's take a look at what came in the last couple days here in the NBA. Great games last night in National Basketball Association. 6-3 to the favorites, 5-4 again. So I keep saying it all the time. I know I sound like a broken record, but if you can pick the teams to win straight up, you got a 75% chance of winning the game against the point spread. 6-3, 5-4 against the spread. 6-3 to the over last night. And if you look at the 7-day average for the basketball, 68.7 of the favorites have come in, 50.6% of the overs. So very balanced. We're in a neutral market on over-unders, and 54% of the favorites have covered the last 7 days. So neutral market in the National Basketball Association. And let's take a look at the NHL. NHL last night, 2-3 for the Dogs. So Dogs were barking last night, and 2-3 to the under on a 7-day average. Favorites are still hammering there. 66.6% of the favorites are coming in. 43.6 of the overs have come in the last 7 days. A lot of unders. I found there's been a lot of unders in the last couple of weeks. So if you're betting NHL, the unders seems like we're in an unders market. And Major League Baseball, you know, we're getting at that point now. You got to start, you know, you're starting to see some of these teams just if you're betting favorites, now is a good time to start jumping on favorites. I think the underdogs, and in fact, let me take a look here. Last night, 8-7. So underdogs really, when they started the year, 8-5, then 4-3, 7-7, 9-3, then a 9-4, balanced out here. To me, it's just a matter of time before the favorites and the bookmakers start making adjustments to their line. But I think today, I think there's some really good value betting a couple underdogs. I'll get to that in just a second. 11-4 to the under yesterday. 11-4 to the under. So looking at the markets in Major League Baseball, 48% to 52% of the favorites have come in. So favorites, underdogs are winning the year right now. And this is what I mean, right? In any time you bet on money line sports, it's just a matter of time before the favorites start cashing in. But hey, parity has changed the landscape of sports betting, and that's what we're seeing right now. In fact, let's go to NHL. If you look at the NHL, I always compare the NHL and Major League Baseball because those are the two money line sports that are, if you look at the way of betting, they're very similar. And if you look at the 30-day average in hockey, 62.1. 62.1. So on the year, 64% of favorites win in the NHL. And right now, if you look at baseball, you were looking at a 48% favorites winning. So this is why I'm saying watch within the next 2 weeks. Favorites are going to start coming in at a higher clip rate. So be careful if you are betting the favorite. I'm laughing because all I saw was woodshed. Hey, my wife's got a good sense of humor. She came up. It was a Saturday morning. She came down, and I think I didn't have a good Friday night. And she goes, "You see that in the backyard?" I go, "See what?" She goes, the woodshed. She goes, "I think you got taken behind her last night." I just started laughing. I said, "That's why I love you. You got a good sense of humor." Hey, she pointed to the shed in the back. So I thought that was pretty funny. Hey, got to give the wife some credit there. Sometimes she can come up with some good ones. But yeah, that was pretty funny. All right. So yeah, let's hopefully we take the bookmaker out behind the woodshed tonight, right? Okay. So where are we now? Oh yeah. So let's go to the market index. So here's my my gambling tip of the day. It's not even a gambling tip. It's risk management, right? Anybody who's an investor, or you're investing in stocks or cryptocurrency or in betting, right? The name of the game is money management, and what you want to do is you want to lower your risk. Now, I'm going to use the NBA as an example here today. All right, and let's go to this is all the teams. And if you're new to the Raymond Report, I talk about A-type teams, which are 60% or higher in the standings. B-type teams are 50 to 59.9% in the standings, and then teams below 500, I call that the C-type teams, right? Now, and if you've watched the Rain Report, you watch our channel here many times, you hear me say this all the time, right? You can't trust C-type teams. You just, no matter what, like an old high school sweetheart, they're going to break your heart, and it just, for some reason, betting on C-type teams is, that old saying, right? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Now, that's the same strategy that I use betting on C-type teams, right? If I do bet on them, and if they lose, I was like, what am I doing? Why would I do that? And it's just a reminder why there are C-type teams. So, looking at the landscape of the NBA, so there's 30 teams, right, in the NBA? 30 or 32 or something like that. So, let's process of elimination. Let's eliminate all the C-type teams. So, right now, we just eliminated half the risk. So now here's all the teams we're wagering on. Just by doing that, you just eliminated the process of elimination of confusing yourself when you're handicapping, right? Sometimes during a busy day like today, where you got a lot of games, the NBA, NHL, and especially on a college football Saturday, right? You're just like, oh my God, there's so many games here. There has to be some process that you just find a way to eliminate the games that just there's no value, the percentage play or whatever. And to me, I think if you start betting only on winning teams, that's a good start. What does it tell you right off the bat? They're winners, right? You bet on losing teams, what do you expect from losing teams? Not good things, right? Now, if you just eliminate the C-type teams in the Rain Report, now we're only dealing with teams above 500. And now what you've done is you went from handicapping maybe 10 games to maybe 5 games, right? Now what's the second step of the elimination process, right? So let's take a look at the teams that are involved today, the B and the A-type teams. Now, all these teams are not playing, so there's another elimination process where we're less confusion in the marketplace. So now we're just going to bet on teams that are going today for April 8th. Now, obviously, there's I'm going to bring out the schedule, and let me see here. Okay, so we got how many games today? We got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got 7 games. 14 teams, right? But not all of these teams are C-type, A or B-type teams. So I'm looking at the schedule. Chicago, Toronto, they're not in the schedule, so they're not part of this. So I'll eliminate that game. Now I'm down to, 5 games? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 6 games. Lakers against Miami, an A versus a B. Cleveland against Oklahoma, C versus C. So I'll eliminate that game. Milwaukee against Dallas, there's 2 games I'm going to handicap. Portland and Utah, 2 other games. Detroit, Sacramento, another C-type team. And then, so there's 3 games today that are C-type teams. So right there, I went from a 7-game schedule to a 4-game schedule, a handicap of those teams. Now, the first game, Lakers and Miami, an A versus a B. So what I want to do is I'll look at the Lakers and say, okay, the Lakers are a 63% win percentage. They're 4-3 in their last 7, so they're neutral, and they're coming off a win. Now, the thing is, these teams here, all these teams, they're A and B type teams, so they have a good win percentage, right? They should. Now, what you want to do is find out what they did in their last game, because if they won their last game, the percentage play. Now, if you follow the Raymond report, what do I always talk about, right? I talk about value, I talk about percentage play, and performance cycles. Now, all these teams here are value. To me, I just brought you guys value in the process of the Raymond report. The number 2 step in the Raymond report is the percentage play. Now, the more teams that, coming off a win or a loss, so if they're coming off a win, the percentage play of them continuing to win decreases for us on winning our next bet. So when you're going to make your next selection, the percentage play is not going to be higher in your favor, right? But if a team is losing, so I look at Utah. Utah's lost 2 games in a row now. They're a 38-13 team. They got a 75% win percentage. They're on a 2-game losing streak. They're still bullish, even though they're 5-2. They're bullish, but they're on a 2-game losing streak. So because they're on a 2-game losing streak, and what's the number one thing we always say in the stock market, right? You buy low and you sell high. Now, to me, this is buying low. If you like the Utah Jazz today, and again, this is not. I'm not saying this is going to win, but what I am saying is I'm giving you some risk management advice that if you are going to play Utah, this is a pretty good bet because they're coming off 2 losses. They're an A-type team, and they're off 2 losses, so it tells me they might be worth a buy right here, right? Phoenix. Now, Phoenix, I don't think they're playing today, and because they're on a 7-game win streak, the percentage of them continuing to win, to me, your risk is higher, right? So, to me, this is a low-risk play, and this is a high-risk play, and that's what you want to look for. And this is why when I start looking at the charts here, the Bear and Bulls report, that's what I'm looking for. I cut my risks in half by taking away the C-type teams. And, some people, it's not for everybody. People say, well, you will have some value in those C-type teams. Yeah, but you know what? Those C-type teams are C-type teams for a reason because they're not good. And if you expect good teams to do good things, bad teams to do good things, then, what's the definition of insanity? That's what I think. But what I'm looking for here, so this is why I color code. If you're ever wondering, why does he color code his Bears and Bulls report? To me, it's just identification, right? So this identifies to me which teams are bullish and which teams are neutral. Now, the teams that are in green, which are bullish, I find that they are, probably high risk teams because they're bullish. They're on a 7, good cycle. And they're 5-2, 6-1, or 7-0. So the high risk factor is a bit there, right? But you're still getting a B and A type team, so you're getting good team, you're getting good value, but the percentage play might not be in your favor, and that's all it boils down to. The color coded factors here that you see, the yellow and the green, it's all about high risk or low risk or medium risk, right? And to me, if you're betting neutral, you're getting medium risk, and if you're betting green, you're betting high risk, right? Because all these green teams, these are all teams that the bookmaker knows that has a high public confidence right now. So they know that a lot of teams are going to be betting the A-type teams that are in the green because, like a team like Phoenix, right? A team like Phoenix is having a good run. They're an A-type team. They're one of the top teams. So, in the marketplace, there really is no value depending on who they're playing, right? So anyways, I just wanted to bring that to your attention because sometimes people are saying here, he's always going through these bulls and bears. I don't know how to use that. That is one way that I'm explaining to you guys how I use it. Now, it works for me. It might not work for you. It might not work for the next guy or girl. But to me, I think it's if you are into sports betting or even in investment, that's what you got to do. You got to look at the marketplace. And this is why at the beginning of the show, I always go to the SBI, right? I always come here. And if I go to the NBA and I say, okay, what's my good friend Ross Benjamin says it all the time. Think like a bookmaker. How's the bookmaker thinking today on April 8th, and how is he attacking the day or posting his numbers? Is it a bullish market for favorites in the NBA right now against the point spread? No, it's very neutral. So when I'm looking at a neutral market right here on the 7-day or the 1-month average, I'm going to come back to my Bears and Bulls report. I'll say we're in a neutral market, so that's good. There's not a lot of high risk from the bookmaker's point of view, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the neutral type teams and see, like Philadelphia. That may be, but they're not playing today. Milwaukee's playing today. Milwaukee could be a nice play. Lakers are playing today. That could be a nice play. Atlanta's not playing today. Charlotte, Miami's playing, I think. Against the Lakers. So you got A on B crime right here. And this is what you might get sometimes. You might get some of these teams playing against each other, right? So this is where the percentage play. And then you got to go find your indicators. Once you find your indicators on, like the game losing streak, the letdown factor, situational handicapping, those indicators, to me, will lead you to more confidence in your selection. So the first thing I do is I look for value. And after I look for value, I go see the percentage play. And then once I get a percentage play, knowing that it might be in my favor, then I go find indicators to give me more confidence into that play. And then, ta-da, I got myself a play. So there, hopefully you guys got something out of that. A little bit of how my process thinks of doing the rain report, how I come up with my selections. And the reason why I think like this now, and the reason why I'm doing this today is because somebody, I think it was Rui yesterday, said, I changed my perspective on how I bet now, right? And, I don't want to change how you bet, but I just want to give you another way of looking at sports betting through, the glasses of a handicapper or compared to a fan. I said it last week, a couple weeks ago, are you an AI or an SI? AI means, are you an action investor? If you're an action investor, it means you're betting every day and you don't care. You just want to, tickle the brain because you're watching something on TV and you need that action, right? You're an action junkie. If you're an SI, a sports investor, then you're picking your spots. Then you're limiting your risk. You're finding the right time to hammer a play. And then you're making an educated decision on how you're going to attack that day. All right. So hopefully you guys got something out of that. This show's like a mullet, right? Party on top and business, party in the back, business on top. And today's a little bit of a business on top mullet day, right? That's what I always say to our players when I coach football, right? We're a mullet team, okay? A mullet team means, your business during the week, but your party on the weekends, right? And that's what we hope to do here today on the Rain Report. Hey, we got to have fun when we do these shows, right? There's sometimes it's all fun in games till you start losing a lot of money. Then it's no fun. But, love the questions. And this is why, guys, when you give me feedback in the bullpen, I take that. And sometimes people are posting and say, oh, crap, he's not even replying to my post. Trust me, I look at everything. And then I'm like a sponge, right? Once you say something and it stays with me subconsciously, and then I'll just go and, analyze it. And that's like yesterday when Rui said, yesterday, the day before, he said something like, you know what, you changed the way I think about it. And then I start thinking, okay, good. Now I'm going to, bring another risk management type thing. And when I get feedback like that, Rui, that's what really helps me make the show better for you guys, hopefully. All right, there you have it. That's the Ron rant of the day. And let's take a look now at the, let's get right into it. Let's get right into the NBA. Let's go to NBA. I'm saving this video. It was perfect start to finish explanation of the process. Awesome. All right, Sniper, appreciate that. And looks like nice cheeks. I will play that three-way. I mean, the nice coach. Thank you, Ron. The more I listen to you, I understand risk management and sports betting. Good stuff, Lee. Appreciate that. All right, and that's what it's all about, right? We're here to help you guys, and like I always said, it's no fun when you lose money, right? Because if you lose money, then you got to start answering to people if you have an accountant or a better half. All right, here we go. Toronto against the Chicago Bulls. Now, I do have a system here on this game. I'm going to bring up the a couple of charts here. I'm going to go through my systems to show you this. And I'm going to just say it off the bat. I'm liking the Chicago Bulls here tonight as a system play. Even though they're a C-type team, I probably won't bet it. But I'm just going to show you this system because, it's still facts, right? So I'm going to go to the Smart database. And hopefully it works today. I'm going to go to All Conference, Road Favorites. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to go Road Favorites of -3 to -5. All right. Now, the line on this game, it was this morning I saw -3.5. I don't know what it's at now. It's at -3.5. So hopefully it stays like that. And the total on this game, I'm going to go total of 216. I don't know, maybe the total. See, the thing is with the NBA, it's nothing like it was like 10 years ago. You had a total 10 years ago, it stayed there all day. You get a total now, you go for a pee break, you come back, and it's up 3 points. It's just unbelievable. These totals now, you gotta act quick. You gotta act quick. All right, so I'm gonna go April 6th or 7th. I'm gonna go April 7th, and I'm gonna go here. So road favorites of 3.5 to 5, 216 to 218, and they're coming off a win. So Chicago's coming off a win, and let's see what the record is here. There we go, 33-10. And 31-11-1 against the point spread. So if you do like the Chicago Bulls here tonight, guys, that's a pretty decent system on the road favorites. So here it is again. Road favorites of 3 to 5, totals between 216 and 218. Now, the thing I love about anytime you have a total, a system that involves a total, it includes both teams, right? If you just talk about the system that it has the point spread, you're only talking about the favorite. But because you have a total involved in the system, you're including the other team, because when the bookmaker does the totals, he has to include the matchup, right? So this is what I love about this system. It does factor in the home team in this one because of the total. Now, going back to 1996, we have a system that is 33-10 on the money line. So again, if you're going to bet this game, I've been betting money line NBA depending on the line. This is a pretty good line. What are you going to bet on the money line here? Let me check out what bookmaker, see what they have going here today on this game. And let me poke my head in here to the bullpen, see what everybody's up to. What's the difference between a three-way and a money line? Ronald, you look much better in a Blue Jays hat. Yeah. I got chilly in here, so I put on my thing and I said, I might as well keep consistency with the Yankee hat going on. Pass for me, I think I'm going Piston. You better. So you're betting a team to win or tie. All right. So where was I? Bookmaker. Let me see what the line is tonight on the game between Chicago and the Toronto. So I'm seeing 158. Not a bad line. 158 money line. Again, if you'd bet it in hockey or baseball, why wouldn't you do it in the NBA, right? What do you think of Kings over game, Ron? I'll get to that in just a second. The Sacramento? Yeah, I'll get to that in just a sec there, Isaiah. So, yeah, so 31-11-1. And then I'm going to go to the other system here on the Super Database. Now, Chicago Bulls. So I'm going to go to Super Database right here. I'm going to go NBA. I'm going to go road favorites. All right, I'm going to go road favorites, so away favorites, coming off a 2-game win streak. So Chicago's coming off a 2-game win streak. So right here, 2-game win streak. The last 5 years. So the last 5 years, and they're coming off 3 unders. So just verify that with the system. So this way we're on track with the right system here. So let me go to the NBA. So 3 unders coming off a 2-game win streak. And let's go look at the record here on this system for tonight. And we have 11-1. So we got an 11-1 system with that 33-10. So guys, if you combine that together, that's 44 and 11 combined system on the Chicago Bulls straight up money line, which is not bad. So if you're looking at taking one play tonight, again, it's a C-type team. So I always come with a disclaimer. If you bet on C-type teams, don't expect bad teams to do good things, and go in there with knowing you're betting on a C-type team. So bring your life jacket, right? All right, so let's go to the next game here on deck. And if you're going to play this game here tonight, obviously, after giving all that, I'm not going to say take the Raptors, right? Chicago Bulls, to me, is the play. Detroit against Sacramento. And, all right, let me take a look at the line here. -7.5, and the over-under at 226. ATS forecast. Going to lean with the Kings here. Buddy Buckets and the Kings. Haven't said Buddy Bucket in a while. 115 to 106. The over-under at 221.87. Sacramento 5-5 in their last 10, 4-5-1 to the under, and Detroit 7-3 to the over. I did a lot of research on this game here this morning, and I was just getting conflicting indicators. And whenever I get conflicting indicators, they don't make the cut, then I don't bring them on the show, right? Sacramento against a C-type team, 3-7 at home, 2-8 against the point spread. So you're thinking, okay, here's a team that you can score on any given night, right? Sacramento has proven that they can score on any given night. In fact, let me go look at their take a look at their record scoring on the league. That'd be interesting to see where they rank right now. They had that great run where they were on an 8-game winning streak, then they went on 9-game losing streak, and then they've been toying with us, right? It's too bad, though. I really like Sacramento as a team. I think they got some really good players. I think they lack veteran leadership. I think Sacramento lacks a Butler, right? A Jimmy Butler, somebody like that. A senior leader on that team. And let me see, Sacramento. Where are you, Sacramento? Right here. Ranked 8th on offense. Not bad. You know what? Yeah, better than I thought. So ranked 8th on offense, and but defensively they're horrible, right? 29th. They're 29th on defense. It's like a touch football team right there. Hey, Sacramento's a touch football team. I used to have a coach when I was coaching at university, and our head coach would sometimes, when he'd lose it, he'd throw his glasses on the ground. He says, "What is this, a friggin' pillow fight?" Hey, our coach, he liked a lot of hitting, and anytime he saw a soft team, he called it pillow fighting. Hey, football is not pillow fighting. All right, just thought I'd mention that as a quirky rant. You have a wonderful day, Player Fox. Says, all right, let me see here. Eddie, at home today watching your 70-inch TV. It's amazing all the information, how it feels this. Right on. Hey, how does HD, sometimes HD doesn't help you, right? But hopefully HD is doing well. All right, let's go to the next game here. Let's take on Sacramento against Portland against Utah. You know what? Utah last night, big loss to the Phoenix Suns. How are they going to react tonight at home? Coming off, now here's the situation for Utah. They're coming, and we talked about this at the top of the show, right? They're an A-type team. They're on a 2-game losing streak, so value percentage play. And now, how do you like the Jazz, the schedule maker? Hey, let's take the number one team, or the second number one team in the Phoenix Suns, and then let's put Portland with Norm Powell now there, and let's put them in a back-to-back game situation with Utah. This is going to be a tough spot for the Jazz. But the one thing with the Utah Jazz, they're very good at home. 22 and 2 at home, 20-4 against the point spread. Now looking at the line, 5.5 is the line on this game. And for Utah on the money line tonight, -237. So that's a little steep right there on the money line. I got Utah winning this game here tonight, 117 to 109. So I got them winning and covering. They're 8-2 straight up. And if you look at their point spread, 5-5, 2 games straight up, 2 ATS losses in their streaks. They're 5-2 against A-type teams. Now, looking at the Portland Trailblazers, getting Norman Powell is huge, right? Sometimes it's just that missing piece to the puzzle. And Storm and Norman, anybody who's watched Storm and Norman the last couple of years, when the team's not going well, you can count on Storm and Norman to give you a good energy, because he is that good. All right, let me take a look here. 9-1. So here's an interesting stat I just saw. The NBA home favorites of 6.5 to 9, and they're playing on back-to-back games. 9-1 straight up, 7-3 to the over. Now the total on this game is pretty high at 232. In fact, let me go look at the real quickly what the total is this year when the total is high like this. It's going to take me a little bit of time to generate that. So let me bring this on this screen right here and then go back to the game. And let's take a look at some of the indicators on tonight's game. For Portland, when they travel to Utah, Portland doesn't do well in Utah. As you can see, they are 3-7, 4-5-1 against the number, and 4-6 to the under. So really nothing pointing either way. To me, guys, I think tonight, when you look at this game, what was the score? So these two teams met 2 days before Christmas. It was December 23rd, and it was a 120-100 win. Now, keep in mind, that's 3 months ago. So things have changed since then, right? Not the same teams. And Utah, we keep waiting for Utah to really start going a big, bad losing streak, right? But it doesn't happen. Utah at home, actually Portland on the road, coming off a road loss as an underdog, 4-1 against the point spread. And Utah at home coming off a loss, a perfect 6-0. I'm going to lean with the Utah Jazz. I'm going to lean with the Jazz here tonight. And hopefully, hey, there's Scotty Bear. How you doing, Scotty? There's my guy, Scotty. Hey. All right, so I'm going to go with Utah tonight. I'm going to go with the Utah Jazz. All right, Milwaukee, Dallas, the game of the night. There are a lot of games of the night. In fact, you got Portland, Utah. That's the game of the night. Milwaukee. And then Phoenix, Clippers. Wow. Man, LA, Miami. Okay, looks like hockey might take a backseat tonight to the big channels. Hey, we might be hitting the NBA again. All right, so we got Dallas, a 1-point favorite. The over-under set at 226. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to lean with the Dallas Mavericks by 1. 113 to 112, the over-under at 226.12. Dallas, 7-3 straight up and against the number in the last 10. 2-8 to the under, where Milwaukee coming off a loss to Golden State by 1, right? So they played, when did they play here? They played 2 nights ago, and it was a 1-point loss to the Warriors. And you know what? This Milwaukee team, nowhere near what they were last year. 14-11 on the road, 9-15-1 against the point spread. Bit of a Jekyll and Hyde type team here. You know, they're Jekyll at home, they hide on the road. And now when they travel to Dallas, Dallas has owned them, right? Milwaukee's 2-8 straight up, 3-7. So Luka against Giannis tonight. And let's take a look at the injury report to see what's going on here tonight. And let me see if there's anything. No, everything looks pretty good here. So we should get a good matchup. But you always got to respect the big guys, right? Giannis, such a great player. And now they're on what? A 1-game losing streak. And on this current road swing, let me see here. On this current road swing. So this is a long road swing here for the Bucks. So it started off on March 29th against the Clippers. A 129-105 loss to Milwaukee. Against the Clippers. And then they beat the Lakers. Well, anybody can beat the Lakers these days without their top guns. It's like a G team. Trailblazers, they beat Portland 127-109. They only beat the Kings by 1, and then they lost to Sacramento. So when they're playing, let me see here. When they play the A-type team, so they're playing a B-type team. There's not many B-type teams in the NBA. That's one thing you notice. If you go look at the standings, I've noticed that a couple years ago. There's teams, it's either you're a team below 500, or very rare you see teams in the 50% range. In the Eastern Conference, there's only 4 teams that are between 50 and 59%. And look at this. There's only 4 teams that are, then they're 50 to 52%. The rest are 60%. And then in the Western Conference, you only got 2 teams at the 50% range, Dallas and Memphis. That's one thing I've noticed in the NBA. It's either the alphas, the top teams, or the bad teams, the bad teams, right? The bottom. Okay, so when the Milwaukee Bucks are on the road against a B-type team, 3-1 but 2-2, so not enough occurrences. You know what? This is a really tough game to handicap. What does the computer say? I'm gonna pass on this one. When in doubt, get out, right? When in doubt, get out. All right, let's take a look at the other game here, and let's take a look at Cleveland against Oklahoma, 2 C-type teams. Maybe I just, on days like today when it's busy, anytime we just got a C-type game, I'll just give you the score, and we'll go to the next game. Cleveland -4, the over-under at 218. I got Cleveland 114-109, the over-under at 223.73. And, so anytime Cleveland is on the road against a team below 500, The under is 8-1. All right, let's go to the next game. I'm not gonna spend I think the last thing you want me to do is spend 10 minutes on Thunder and Cavaliers, right? You gotta earn that. You gotta earn that airtime, guys. Hey, you gotta be an A-type team. You gotta earn the Raymond Report attention. All right, Clippers against the Phoenix Suns. All right, this is a good one. Hey, got a lot of good games here today. You got the Clippers 5.5 point home favorite. The over/under at 221. ATS forecast gonna lean with the Clippers here. 118 to 113. Over/under at 232.03. Now let's take a look here at the injury report here. Let me see. Always gotta with Kawhi, you never know, right? But no, looking good. Ibaka's still out, and looks like it's gonna be a good lineup here for the Clippers. And the Clippers, we're getting to that point, right? The last 10 games or so, 15 games, you want to go into the playoffs. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, right? That's what we always tell our players. You can start off slow out of the gate. I've had football teams we started 0-3, won championships. And if you start off slow, it doesn't really matter. You got to keep building towards success, and it's all about team momentum, team confidence, and team toughness, right? I always say you got to be team tough, mentally tough, because in any sports that you play, football, hockey, baseball, whatever, the game is 90% mental, 10% physical, and it's between the ears that really makes you a better team. Now, looking at the Clippers, 8-2 straight up, 8-2 against the numbers for the Suns. Now, the Suns are coming off a tough spot here. They're coming off a big win over Utah. The thing, they don't have 24 hours to enjoy that. And that's sometimes one of the worst things in sports, right? You get this big emotional win. Now you got to get on a plane, on a red eye, and then jet to LA. And now you're going to face Kawhi Leonard and company. And you don't even get to enjoy that win. So now, from a psychology point of view, how's the mindset of Phoenix? And, they got Chris Paul there. They got a great leader. And I'm sure he's telling those guys, look, we enjoyed that last night. Now we got to look at this one, and we got to keep our eye on the prize, and the prize is first place. Now the Phoenix Suns, you look at the Western Conference, they're only 1.5 game behind, and the Clippers are 4.5. So the Clippers are at the same exact mindset that the Phoenix Suns were last night against the Utah Jazz. So keeping that in mind, right? Utah played Phoenix last night in Phoenix. Phoenix, we're only 2.5 games behind the Jazz. We win this game, we're only 1.5 point behind. Now the Clippers come into this game with that same mindset, say, hey guys, we're 4.5 points out of first, and the Phoenix Suns are in our way. I think you want to go with the LA Clippers here tonight. I got 118 to 113. You're getting value on both these teams. The percentage play, you got the higher low or the lower high to covering the spread at 37%, and the chance of winning straight up 72%. And the bookmakers are telling you it's going to be a tough game at a 5.5, right? Now, why did they put 5.5? To me, what's my line? 6. So I had 6.5, and I had -6 here for Phoenix as value. Fair market value, but I don't know. For some reason, I just feel this line should be a bit lower. I don't know. I'm thinking 3.5 that this line should have been, but the analytics say different, right? And for the LA Clippers at home against A-type teams, so the Alphas, 8-3 straight up and 8-3 against the number. And looking at Phoenix, wow, look at this. The Phoenix Suns, 1-9 straight up and 2-8 at the Staples Center in the last 10 trips. I got to go Clippers here tonight. I got to go Clippers. That's not a big head scratcher, plant base. Could see Clippers first half, says Isaiah. Yeah, you know what? If you're into a first half betting, I don't see why not. I'd have to take a look. See, the thing with betting first half and all the props or whatever they call that type of wagering, you need resources. You need to base your opinion on something, right? And to me, it's I don't know. Less is more, right? But yeah, if you do like the Clippers on this one, yeah, maybe. All right, let's go to the next game. You know what? One last thing before I go. I want to see something. Coming off a win. So Phoenix on the road coming off a win, 9-7. And for the Clippers, 8-1 at home, coming off a home win as a favorite. Yeah, be careful. Be careful if you're going to bet this game. But I think Clippers is where you want to lean. Miami against the Lakers. Now, I gave you guys, you know what? Oh, yeah, baseball. Okay, I got some baseball systems. So looking at the Lakers against the Heat, man, 11:46. Do you believe this? 7.5 point favorite. The over-under at 203. ATS forecast, computer pick. Gonna lean with the Heat here, 102 to 95. Over-under at 198.2. Looking at the game on the looking at, you got a NBA Finals rematch here, right? But I think they've already played once this year. Looking at February 20th. February 20th, and then they played. That was the finals last year. So the Heat got the revenge already, 96-94. Obviously, the Lakers, no LeBron. You're looking at that. You know what? The Lakers, though, they're starting to win without their big guys, right? They're starting to pull it together. They beat the Raptors, and then they got hammered by the Clippers, and then they beat the Kings. But they're only beating C-type teams. I got to go Miami here. I think I'm going to lean with the Heat. 102, 195 seems about right to me. And look at that, the number right on 7. So because Miami, B-type team, I think Miami's the play, but I don't know if I want to lay 7.5, right? That's a tough one. That is a tough one. Miami coming off a loss, 5-9-1. And Miami's only started to play well in the second half, right? And look at this, Miami, 1-4-1 coming off a home loss as a favorite. So they don't... You would think they would bounce back nicely after a loss, but they don't. So I'm just gonna pass on this one here tonight, guys. All right, I have to go. Get my rabies shot for COVID. All right, take care, G&G. Hey, have a good one, buddy. Perfect. Thanks, says Underdog Sniper. Good morning, Rashad. How you doing, buddy? All right, let's take a look here at the last game, and we did this game, right? That was the first game of handicap, and Chicago is the play. All right, let's go to Major League Baseball. I got a couple of systems. We got some early games. In fact, I'm going to go with the early games here. I got the Miami Marlins taking on the New York Mets. We got Taijuan Walker up against Nick Neidhart. And, Florida, just like Tampa Bay, not having a good start. 1-5, the Mets 1-2. And I'm going to go to my system here. I'm going to go to the computer. If you like these baseball systems, I got 2 systems for you guys today. And I'm going to give you the first one, and it's going to be, let me see here. Let's go Major League Baseball. Let's go with home favorites. So it's going to be on the Mets. First game of a series, coming off a 6-run loss. So coming off a 6-run loss. I want to make sure I got this right here. Make sure I got the right... New York Mets. Yeah, 8 coming off a 6-run loss. And in the month of April. It's an April game. And the total's 8.5. Hopefully it's 8.5. Hey, like I said, you never know now. You go to washroom, you come back, the total change. So home favorites, okay, New York Mets. First game of a series. Coming off a 6-run loss. They lost 8-2 to the Phillies in their last game. And it's the month of April, and the total's 8.5. So any home favorites, not the New York Mets. It's any Major League Baseball home favorites since 1996, survey says. 12-2 to the over. So if you do like this game here today, guys, I got a great system on the over. It meets my standard of 10 occurrences. Normally I won't touch a system unless there's at least a minimum of 10 occurrences. It's not a high occurrence value play, but there is 12 occurrences. So home favorites, first game of a series, coming off a 6-run loss in the month of April, and it totals 8.5. And you know what? The month of April is if you're gonna do any of these situational handicapping using months, April is the best one because it's the start of season, right? Everybody, you and the bookmaker, are on the same page of not having a lot of information to build off the last couple of games. So I think April is a great situational handicapping month. 12-2 to the over. So if you do like the Mets and the Marlins game today, I do like the over in this game. All right. The next system I'm going to give you guys involves the game between Boston and Baltimore. Now, I'm going to go road favorites. To me, I don't understand why Baltimore is a good team. Baltimore, they go to Fenway. They take 3 from Boston. They won the last night. They lost 2-3 to the Yankees on the road. Keep in mind, they're 4-2, playing all the games on the road. They got an away favorite today. First game of a series, coming off. So I'm talking about the Boston Red Sox here. Now, the Red Sox pounded the Tampa Bay Rays last game. And let's do the last 2 years. And, so let's do that. So let's take a look at this situation involving Boston and Baltimore. So you got the Boston Red Sox. They're a favorite today. And let me see what the latest line is. Boston, let's go Major League Baseball. And let me see here. Minus 149. So the line's coming down. The line is coming down. So this is good. This is good because the line's coming, the action's coming in on Baltimore. Now, road favorite, it was 165. It opened up at 165. First game of a series, coming off a 7-run win. Not a 7-run loss, a 7-run win the last 2 years. And let's do a survey. Survey says 2-7. And if we do this for the last 3 years, let's go last 3 years, 6-13. So that is a play on the Baltimore Orioles. So if you like those plays today, guys, those are 2 baseball selections that I'm giving you today on the Rain Report. And then let me go look at bullpenpicks.com. I'll give you my plays that I put in today at bullpenpicks.com. All right, so here's what I got today in baseball. Let's take a look here. And you can see Eddie. There's my guy Eddie there. Probably looks good on a 70-inch TV, right, Eddie? There's Muss. All right, let me see here. Let's go up. All right, so Miami against the New York Mets. I can see the people I'm following. We're all on the Mets. I like Pittsburgh today. I think a lot of people are going to be on the Cubbies. I think a lot of, and this could be a public play. There's 2 big public plays I think they're going to be today. I think a lot of people are going to be on the Chicago Cubs. I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Pirates, and I think Boston. I think Boston's going to eat up a lot of that public money, and I'm going to go with the Orioles. And you can always tell. And the thing is, guys, in baseball, it's 162 games. You can't win them all, right? You can't always pick the favorites. You got to know when to take those underdogs, and this is where the percentage play comes into effect sometimes, right? I'm going to go Colorado. I'm going to go Chicago White Sox, the Lance Lynn. I love Lance Lynn, our burly right-hander right there, Lance Lynn. I'm going to go Berrios today against Seattle. I'm going to take the Twinkies. I'm going to go St. Louis. Corbin Burns, 1-4 lifetime against the Cards. I don't like that situation, though. Even though I do like Milwaukee as a team. I think Milwaukee's a good team. But St. Louis off to a 4-2 start. I'm going to go with the Halos here. I think, a power-hitting team like the Angels are. And Stripling didn't even get out of the 3rd inning against the Yankees. So if he didn't get out of the 3rd inning against the Yankees, what do you think is going to happen to Mike Trout and company, right? Hello. Houston, Oakland. And I'm going to take Houston here. I think Houston, watch out for Houston. I think they got a chip on their shoulder, and they're playing mad. And I'm going to go with the Houston. Oakland got that win yesterday, but I'm going to go with the Houston. All right, Pittsburgh has been stinking up, and they are due. Yeah, they are due. They're at home too, right? So I think their first home game. But I think you want to lean with the Pittsburgh, Chicago. What was that? The Pittsburgh Pirates. All right, that's my selections today for hockey picks, bullpen picks. Now I'm going to go to hockey picks. And, trying to keep these shows under an hour, and I think this is the best way to do this, is show you guys my selections. Like, handicap one sport thoroughly, and then go to the other sports like this, right? So a lot of good games today in the NHL. In fact, a lot of games. So this is what I got early on, guys. New Jersey, Buffalo. I took Buffalo at 55%. New Jersey on a 4-game losing streak. And I think, by trading some of their top players, they've thrown in the towel. And I think Buffalo's on a 2-game winning streak. And maybe Taylor Hall not playing is a reason why, get the old bumping a log out of the room type thing. And who knows, right? We don't know. Losing will make teams do crazy things, right? Philly taking on the Islanders. I'm going to go with the New York Islanders, 64% confident level. Pittsburgh Rangers. I see a little bit of bounce back game here for Pittsburgh after getting hammered 8-4. I'm going to go with the Penguins. I have a system play on the Washington Capitals here today, guys. I'm going to take Washington over the Boston Bruins. Boston doesn't score a lot of goals lately. They're having trouble putting the puck in the net. I'm going to take Florida in a comeback game. 4-2 win the other night for the Carolina Hurricanes. And Mrazek's back, right? When you get a good goaltender, I said this a couple of weeks ago, anytime you get a goalie that knows what he's doing and it brings confidence to the team, but when you get a goalie who's a Swiss cheese, it just kills the team, right? And I think right now Mrazek back for Carolina is giving them a bit of energy. This is his third game back, and you're getting a pretty pissed off Florida team who lost 5-2 last game, right? That was a 5-2 thumping. So I like Florida tonight to come back. Tampa Bay's too good to go on a 3-game losing streak. Give me the Bolts. Montreal, this is a tough spot for the Habs, but the thing is, they played last night. They just had one bad period. They didn't show up in the second period. They got Carey Price probably going tonight, and Winnipeg losing some players. Like I saw Scheifele's out now. You can't be losing your top players this time of year, right? So give me the Habs. Nashville, you don't want to be playing Nashville right now. Nashville is a hot team, and I'm going to go with the Dallas Stars. I got the Dallas Stars tonight as another bounce-back game. They lost 3-2 last game to Chicago, and I think Dallas tonight should be the play. 4-2 last game. So I'm going to go with the Dallas Stars, and you're getting good value, minus 120. Even the bookmaker is telling you the favorite, right? Minus 120. So there you have it, guys. That's the show today in a nutshell, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And if you're interested in my top plays, my best bets, having a good run. Having a good run right now. You can see in my last 10 picks, I'm 8-2 in my last 10 picks. Last 2 nights, I've been having a really good night, and I'm 14-11 in my last 25. But starting off a good run the last couple days. And if you're interested in my top plays, you go to atsstats.com. You go to picks, go to Ron Raymond. But you got to be a member to get the special price of $99. And if you are interested in being a member of atsstats.com, it's only 27 cents a day, $99 for the year. And you get access to all the tools in the toolbox right here at atsstats.com. All right, guys, don't forget, if you enjoy the show, hit the like button. And if you are new to the Raymond Report and you liked what you heard, then subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit that subscribe button below this video. And feedback. I always love your feedback, because the more feedback I get, then the hamster runs a little quicker in the wheel upstairs, and then I can get you guys some more interesting information that I think that helps with the helps with your handicapping, helps with winning, right? At the end of the day, there's only one thing that matters, the W, right? Nobody wants to lose and act like it's a great day. That's there's a word for that. It's called bullcrap. Hey, remember, coffee's for closers. ABC, always be closing. So there you have it, folks. My name is Ron Raymond. This was the Raymond Report for a Faux-Friday. Faux-Friday, that's a fake. That's a Thursday in my book. But good show today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And good luck with all your selections tonight. As usual, shop for value, play those percentages. We'll see you back here on a Freaky Friday if hopefully everything works out for you guys tonight. All right, cheers.